Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for more billionaire stories like this. He didn't believe in love. Not the kind people wrote about. Not the kind that made you weak, distracted, vulnerable. Adrian Vale built his billion-dollar empire on control. Cold, precise, untouchable control. Tech, real estate, private equity, his name moved markets. People feared him more than they admired him. So when his board gave him an ultimatum, love was the last thing on his mind. Stability matters, they told him. Investors are nervous. Scandals, rumors. You need a wife. Someone respectable. Someone quiet. A wife. To Adrian, it was just another business deal. That's when he found her. Elena Cruz wasn't supposed to be part of his world. She worked 2 jobs, cared for her younger brother, and lived in a small apartment that barely held together during winter. No connections, no power. No reason to ever cross paths with a man like Adrian Vale, except she had something he needed. A clean reputation. No scandals. No history the media could twist. She was invisible, and that made her perfect. When Adrian first approached her, she thought it was a joke. "Marry me," he said, sliding a contract across the table like it was nothing more than a lease agreement. 1 year. You'll be compensated generously. Your brother's medical bills covered. Your debts gone. Elena stared at him, her heart pounding, anger rising. "You think you can just buy a person?" "I think," Adrian said calmly, "that life has already been unfair to you. I'm offering you a way out." She should have said no. She wanted to say no. But life doesn't always give you choices, only consequences. 3 weeks later, they were married. The media went wild. Mysterious beauty marries reclusive billionaire. Who is Elena Cruz? Fairy tale romance? Or something darker? Cameras flashed everywhere they went. Smiles were rehearsed. Every touch, every glance, it was all part of the image. But behind closed doors, they were strangers. Adrian kept his distance, always buried in work, always cold. Elena stayed in the massive penthouse that didn't feel like home, walking marble floors that echoed with silence. At first, she hated him. The arrogance, the control, the way he treated everything like a transaction. But slowly, things began to shift. It started with small moments. The night he noticed she hadn't eaten and quietly had the chef prepare her favorite meal without asking how he knew. The morning he canceled an important meeting just to take her brother to a specialist appointment. The way his voice softened just slightly when he spoke to her, like he was trying not to. Adrian Vale didn't do things halfway. And somewhere along the line, without meaning to, he started caring. It scared him. Feelings were dangerous. They clouded judgment. They made you weak. And Adrian Vale did not do weak. So he built walls again. Higher this time. Longer hours. Colder words. More distance. Elena noticed. Of course she did. "You don't have to pretend with me," she said one night, standing in the doorway of his office. "This was your deal, remember? Not mine." Adrian didn't look up. "Everything I do is calculated. Is that what this is?" she asked quietly. "Because it doesn't feel like that anymore." He finally met her eyes, and for the first time, there was something there. Something unguarded. But it vanished just as quickly. Don't read into things that aren't real. That broke something in her. And from that moment on, Elena pulled away too. But here's the thing about pretending. Sometimes it becomes real before you even realize it. The twist didn't come from love. It came from betrayal. One night, Elena overheard something she was never supposed to hear. Voices in Adrian's office. Low. Urgent. "She doesn't know, right?" "No," Adrian replied. "And she won't." Elena froze outside the door, her heart racing. "Know what?" "She was chosen for a reason," another voice said. "Her father, his company. You didn't tell her any of that?" Silence. Then Adrian spoke. "It wasn't necessary." Elena's stomach dropped. Her father? Her father had died years ago, leaving behind nothing but debt and questions. What did he mean? That night, Elena did something she never thought she would do. She went digging. Files, records, old news articles. And what she found changed everything. Her father hadn't just been some struggling businessman. He had been a partner, Adrian Vale's partner, until the company collapsed. Until everything was lost. Until her father died and blamed for it all. Elena's hands shook as the truth came together. Adrian hadn't chosen her because she was perfect. He chose her because of who she was, because of what her father had been, because marrying her gave him control over the last piece of a past he buried. The next morning, she confronted him. "You knew," she said, her voice trembling with anger. "You knew who I was the entire time." Adrian didn't deny it. "Yes, that's why you chose me?" she asked. "Not because I was convenient, but because of him? It's more complicated than that." "No," Elena snapped. "It's exactly that simple." For the first time since they met, Adrian looked shaken. "I was trying to protect you." "From what?" She laughed bitterly. "The truth. Or you." And then he said it. "The company didn't fail because of your father." Elena froze. "What?" Adrian's voice dropped. "It failed because of me." Silence filled the room. Heavy, crushing. "I made a decision," he continued. "A risk. It backfired. And your father? He took the blame to protect you." Elena's world tilted. "No, that's not." "I let him," Adrian said, his voice breaking just slightly. "I let him take the fall. And I spent years building everything back, knowing what it cost." Tears blurred Elena's vision. "So, you married me out of guilt?" "At first," Adrian admitted. "Yes." The words hit like a knife. "But not anymore." That was the truth he couldn't hide anymore. Not the deal. Not the past. Not the feelings he never planned to have. "I tried to stay away from you," Adrian said, stepping closer. "I told myself this was just business. Just a solution. But somewhere along the way, you became the only thing that wasn't." Elena shook her head, overwhelmed. "You lied to me. I know. You used me. I know. And now you expect me to believe this is real?" Adrian didn't hesitate. "Yes, because for the first time in his life, he had nothing left to lose." Elena turned away, tears falling freely now. She wanted to hate him. She should hate him. But love doesn't work like that. It doesn't care about logic, or timing, or truth. It just exists. Days passed, then weeks. And for the first time since their marriage, they were truly apart. No cameras, no pretending, no contracts holding them together. Until the day Elena made her decision. She showed up at his office unannounced. No warning, no hesitation. Adrian looked up, and for a moment, everything else disappeared. "You came back," he said quietly. Elena stepped forward, her heart racing. "This was never real to you in the beginning," she said. "But it became real to me. Somewhere along the way, Adrian didn't move, didn't breathe. And I hate that," she admitted. "I hate that you're the one person I can't walk away from." Silence stretched between them. Then don't," Adrian said. It wasn't a grand gesture. No speeches. No promises he couldn't keep. Just truth. Raw and unfiltered. Elena exhaled slowly. "You don't get to control this anymore," she said. "No contracts. No deals. If this happens, it's real." Adrian nodded. "Real," he repeated. And just like that, the billionaire who never believed in love chose it anyway. Because in the end, the biggest risk Adrian Vale ever took wasn't a business move. It was her. And this time, he wasn't calculating the outcome. He was finally willing to feel it.